What up, Fit Fam? Sam coming at you with a brand new workout. We've got your new weekly workout. This one we got 30 seconds on the clock, 10 seconds in between. All you're gonna need for this one is a set of dumbbells. You will need that kettlebell later, but that's later on. In fact, you can use dumbbells throughout. But in the meantime, you can go ahead and pause me if you need to. I know I keep saying on YouTube, you guys are gonna get different workouts than what's on Patreon, but to be honest, that's where all my traffic is. So you guys are probably just gonna keep getting these full workouts anyway. In the meantime, let's go ahead, get started with that trunk twist, that warm up, reaching across that body, coming up on that toe you're turning away from, keep it right here for about 5 more seconds, and then we've got your calf raises or pogo hops in 3, 2, 1. Coming up on both those feet, getting those hops in there. Now, if you're not taking the hop, don't forget, you can go for a calf raise, just getting your heels off the ground ever so slightly, maybe just getting that bounce in there. Keep it here for 3, 2, 1, we're gonna go ahead and get that hip twist in there. You can step into this, moving the hips, trying to keep the shoulders square, or you can go ahead, get that bounce. Whatever works best, keep it going 5 more seconds, taking it front to back in 3, 2, 1. Front to back hop, front to back hop. This right here is gonna get those hips in there a little bit more. You can step into it as well. Keep it going 5 more seconds, then we're taking it side to side in 3, 2, 1. Side to side hop, not digging the hop. You can step into each direction, keep it right here. 5 more seconds, then we're going into your butt kicks in 3, 2, 1. Heels to that booty, get those heels up. Chest high, shoulders back, running it out. Keep it right here, 5 more seconds. Knees up front in 3, 2, 1. Knees up, knees up, knees up. Pumping those arms, moving those feet. Keep it right here, 5 more seconds. Step over with that knee drive in 3, 2, 1. Drive that heel back, pop. At the top. Not taking that hop, no worries, tap the toe, drive the knee, pump the arms, keeping it going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna go for a knee circle, side lunge. Bring your knee around town, step it out, drop it low. Remember with a side lunge, you always wanna remember to drop your hips backwards into that movement so you load up your hamstring and that glute, and it's not just on that quad, it's not putting too much pressure on that knee. Keeping it here for 3, 2, and 1. Now bring your feet together, maybe down here. We got 10 up squats with a reach coming your way, counting at the very top, coming on back down. Let me hear you loud and proud. Ready? Up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Arm circles going forward, feet moving, arm circles growing. Now, as your arm circles grow, as your arm circles continue, let them get a little bit bigger. Once they're as big as you can make them, put your palms up, flip it, reverse it. Just like that Missy Elliott song. Give it right here, 5 more seconds. Then we're gonna go a little bit bigger, a lot of it bigger. Once they're as big as you can make them, bring them up, drop them down. Biceps to ears, hands past those steps, keeping it right here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Love yourself, hug yourself, hug yourself, love yourself. Get those arms across that chest, keeping it right here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms out to the side, stopping those feet when I say down. Slap those beautiful hard-working thighs. Ready? Down. You got 10 jumping jacks coming your way, count at the very top, coming on back down. Let me hear you loud and proud at the top of that reach. Ready? Go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, go ahead, get that drink of water. Keep that body moving, though. We're jumping right in to round number 1. Cool. All right, now, jumping right into it, like I said before, you are gonna need your dumbbells. Exercise number 2 and exercise number 5 will actually have you using your dumbbells. You want something you can press overhead for this one, and that's, like I said, exercise 2 will be a squat and curl, so you go with something a little bit heavier, but you're gonna want something a little bit lighter, or maybe take it down to 1 dumbbell for exercise number 5, as it is an overhead press with a tricep extension. I'll show you what I'm talking about when we get there. Exercise number 1, though, is a 4-point high knee. So instead of you just focusing on driving the knees up like we did during our warm-up, you're gonna bring them around the inside, trying to tap the heel or the inside of the foot. Now, if you find that's too low, or maybe you don't have the mobility in those hips just yet, just stick to the high knee and then just reach inside instead of going for the knee. So it'll go knee, knee, foot, foot. If the foot's too low, knee, knee, shin, shin. If that's still not for you, just go ahead, knee, knee, and just reach across. Get as low in that grip as you, and that reach as you can, repeating from there. Once again, your second movement will be with those dumbbells, so be ready to grab those bad boys. You're gonna go for a squat and curl, with a squat with a rotational curl for exercise number 2. But in the meantime, let's go ahead, get that timer started. You got 30 seconds on this, so take your time with it, pace yourself, get that feel going. Kicking this off in 3, 2, 1, go. Get that 4-point high knee. You can bounce into this. You can step into this. You can just march into this, taking your sweet time with it. If you've got the power and the momentum and that ankle mobility, you can go ahead, get that bounce. If you're really feeling ambitious, you can go ahead and run it out, keep it right here. We're gonna keep this going for just 8 more seconds, and then we're grabbing those dumbbells in 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Grab those dumbbells, one in each hand, one in each hand, chest nice and tall. Sit those hips low, rotate, curl, release. Come on back, squat, up, rotate, curl, release. This is a combination core as well as like it's a full body movement. Your squat is gonna hit those legs. That rotation is gonna hit that core with that rotation, trying to stabilize as you bring the weights up. So you may find if the weights are too light, you may not feel it as it gives like that farmer carries feel that I was hoping for. I'll use my heavier weights next time to show you guys what I'm talking about. Getting that ab activation in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking it down to the ground. We've got your boat pose with that rotation. Take it to the floor. You're gonna lay all the way back. Come up, rotate, rotate. Come all the way down, all the way up. Rotate, rotate. Now the next step is to not use your arms as much. Maybe keep your fingertips to your ears. Use that core, sit up, rotate, rotate, and repeat. For those of you not on the ground, no worries. Keep it standing with that crossbody crunch, and then go for just a good morning to get that hip drive. Keep it going for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next up, we've got your Heisman with a lateral skate. So you're gonna go ahead, 1, 2, 3, skate on back, and 1, 2, 3, skate on back. Using the power of that thigh to hop yourself over. Bring that leg on back, stabilize if you need it. Keeping it right here for 20 seconds. Now we're gonna hit one side for this first set, and then we're gonna switch to the other side for the second set. Alternate on the third, so don't even worry about it. Keep it going for 10 more seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, grab those dumbbells, one in each hand or just one. I'll show you what I'm talking about. We've got your dumbbell press to a tricep extension. So drop it down, press it up, bending at the elbow, try to get your hands to the back of your neck, extend, bring it down. Now, if you find that this is too much because the weight's a little too heavy, take it down to one dumbbell here, right? Get that press, bring it on down, up, and drop it again. Keeping it right here. If that's still not for you, feel free to go for a bicep curl into a push away, keeping it very lightweight for this one. Keep it going for 7, 6, I'm way off. 3, 2, 1, done. Dumbbells out the way for this one. We are jumping right back to your 4-point high knees. Second round through, knee, knee, foot, foot. You can run into it. You can bounce into it. Just keep that chest up as you do it. A lot of times we're focusing on which foot's coming up. Just slow down, keep your chest tall so that lower abdomen and those hips can move those legs. Tap, 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 tap. Keep it right here. 12 more seconds. And then we've got your squat, curl, squat with that rotational curl in 3, 2, 1. So let's go ahead and step up that weight a little bit. Then grab the heavies here. Then you go ahead, get that squat, get that rotation, fight that weight as it comes around. Keep it in check. You don't want to swing and lose control of the dumbbells. You want to make sure they stay where they are. Get that curl, release. Very similar to that trunk twist. This right here, all it's doing is working that thoracic spine, just like the warm-up, but now you got weights in your hands, so you're hitting a little bit more of that intensity with that rotational curl. Now, if you're not digging the rotation, you can go ahead, skip it. Just focus on the squat and that curl. If the squat's bothering you, play with that range of motion. Don't go as low. Keep it going for 3, 2, 1. Dumbbells out the way. Next up, we've got your boat pose with that rotation. Remember, if you're standing, cross-body crunch, good morning, and repeat. Cross-body crunch, good morning, repeat. For those of you that aren't taking it to the ground but trying to figure something else out, can meet in the middle. For example, you could sit on a couch here. 1, 2, crunch, return. 1, 2, crunch, return. Or stick to the classic move on the ground. Sit all the way up, rotate, come all the way out, all the way up, rotate. Keeping it right here for 3, 2, 1, done. Next up, Heisman with that skater. Now remember what side you skated to. I know I skated from my right side to my left, so now I'm gonna skate to my left. 1, 2, 3, and boom. Watch, I'm gonna watch this YouTube video while I'm editing it later, and I'm gonna have done this twice. Watch, I know I did. I can feel it in my glutes. Hi. Keep it here 15 seconds. Remember, you don't have to jump. You can just get a big step. March, 2, 3, step, boom, call it a day. Keep it right here. 8 more seconds. It's not that big of a deal. We're still working those legs. We're still working those arms. Getting that cardiovascular system working for 2, 1, done. All right, here we go. Now we've got your tricep extension with that press. Now, with the 2 dumbbells, it's possible. With 1, same deal. You can keep it right here. Press it up. Get that tricep extension. Bring it down to the chest, right under that chin. Repeating from there. This is gonna work those shoulders, gonna work those triceps, gonna work that core. And if you find you're bouncing into this move, it might be a little too heavy, so you can step 1 foot back, try again, and keep that control as you drop, press, return, repeat. Keep it here for 3, 2, 1, done. All right, go ahead, put that dumbbell down. This is it. Last set, best set coming at you. We're gonna hit this 4-point high knee one more time, and then we're gonna go from there in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Knee, foot, knee, foot. Remember, you can bounce into this like I'm doing right now. You can slow down. Focus on that range of motion in those hips with that scoop kick every time, and then just keep it moving with that high knee. You can step it up real high, go for that cardio, go for speed, get that bounce, or run it out for the final 10 seconds. We're almost there. Keep it going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Squat with that rotational curl. Keep those heavy dumbbells in hand if you got them. Get that squat in there. Come on up, rotate, curl it out. Keeping that chest nice and high, eyes out in front. And remember, point your toes in the direction your hips are going. If your hips point forward and it feels natural to have your toes pointing forward, that's fine. But if you duck out a little bit, don't let anybody tell you otherwise. As long as it doesn't hurt and your knees aren't tracking too far over your toes, and even then, there are purposes for that too. Keep it going for 10 more seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Dumbbells out the way for this one. Jumping right into that boat pose. Remember, if you're on the ground, classic version of it right here. Boom, 1, 2. Fingertips behind the ears to keep you from using those arms for that momentum. You can go ahead, keep your fingertips to your shoulders if you like to. And then go from there. Another option, of course, keep it standing with that cross-body crunch into that good morning. If you're not on the ground and you don't want to take it all the way to the floor, but you don't want to stand, keep it right here. Take a seat on that couch, heels gently resting on the ground. Don't put a lot of weight on it. Keep it for 2, 1, done. All right, Heisman with that lateral skater. Now be ready. We're gonna start in one direction, skate on back, and then we're gonna hit the other side. So here I am, doing my Heisman to my left, skating to my right. When I'm done with this, and that buzzer hits 15 seconds, which is in about 5, I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same thing back to where I came from. So I skate 17 seconds, and now I'm gonna Heisman back. You're halfway through right now. You should have switched sides. If you haven't, make sure you switch now, or you're gonna end up with one really Heisman-y leg and one really lateral skatey leg. I don't know what that looks like. Keep it going for 3, 2, 1. Oh, that means one leg will be really good for football, and the other one will be better for what's it called, for your rollerblading. There you go. All right, palms up. You know, if you think about it that way, I mean, technically they both be good, because if you play roller derby, you're gonna need both aspects of things, lateral movement, and be good enough on skates to knock someone over. Makes sense. Either way, 15 seconds of this. If you're not digging all this, don't forget, you can go for a bicep curl into a push away. If the push away is not for you, go for a bicep curl into a tricep kickback and then stand tall. Curl, hinge, kick. Done. Nice job, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead, get that drink of water and jump right into round number 2. All right, ladies and gents, we're jumping right into round number 2. Now, round number 2, you are going to need a kettlebell for this one, a kettlebell and a light set of dumbbells. So I count my 10s over here. My kettlebell's right up here in front. Your kettlebell, we've got a clean with an alternating side lunge. Now, if you have a kettlebell at home, a clean is more of a catch action. In this case, a single kettlebell clean with one hand. There's a little bit of rotation involved. This one, I just want you to switch your grip up. You're gonna go from an underhand grip to an underhand grip for that movement. Like I said, my kettlebell is not necessarily the conventional, traditional kettlebell. I actually have this kettlebell right here. This, if you guys have not seen my other videos, this right here is my Thor style kettlebell that I got from Tribe. It was a pandemic purchase that I love. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to flip it so the hammer end is up towards my chest. For those of you that have the kettlebell, you're essentially going to go from an underhand grip to a neutral grip. That means your palms are facing in towards the body. So instead of grabbing just the top of that kettlebell handle, you're gonna grab it either by the sides of that handle or the bell itself and see how that goes. So instead of you going from underhand, or as I'm going to go from neutral to just my chest, you guys will go for something more like, say, this kind of grip, getting under it. This will help with you. Me doing all of that, to be honest, will take away too much time for the 30 seconds we do have. So don't even worry. That's exercise 1. Exercise 2, we're going for your high knees, but in this case, we're going for a lateral movement. So just driving the knees up, moving side to side. No need to worry about a 3 count or a 5 count. Just fill that space you got. If you don't have a space, for example, I want you to keep your movement short and use me as your marker for that space. So for example, I'll be able to clear all this apartment here. I'll be able to get almost to that wall over there with my couch. And then I'll be able to get almost to the other side, closer to my coat rack on that side. But as I do so, you just wait till I hit one side, then you start moving in the opposite direction. So with that said, you got 5 seconds of watching me do this goblet squat with an alternating side lunge. Looks a little something like this. I'm gonna go ahead, bring it on up to the chest, step out, bring it in, step out, bring it in, drop it down, clean it up once again, side view for you. Step out, bring it in, step out, bring it in, and repeat from there. If at any point that you don't like that, you can let your kettlebell hang low and just go for an alternating side lunge, side to side. Keep it going for exercise number 1. 5 seconds, kicking this off. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up, step it out, step it out. Put it back down, bring it up to the chest, boom, up, pow, up. Bring it down, clean it up. Everything you do with cleans, jerks, all that stuff, the weight should really float to the top of that movement. Granted, once it settles, it's not gonna feel that light, but you're using your entire body to get it there. Keep going for 2, 1. Kettlebell out the way, lateral high knees, driving the knees up, working your way across that space and back. Now you can bounce into this like I'm doing right now, or you can march it out too. Keep it right here. Get the knees up, pumping the arms, keeping it going. Get to the edge of that space, bring it on back. Keep it here for about 15 more seconds, then we're down on the ground for some ab work with your supine figure 8s. In 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking it down to the ground. Flex your feet, heels away, toes to nose. Draw that figure 8 with those heels, keeping it right here. Now, if anything, get your hands right under your butt, keeping it right here, flexing those feet, keeping it going. This right here is gonna elevate your hips so your lower lumbar hits the floor. If that's not for you, draw that circle or that figure eight with one leg. That's another option. For those of you that are doing both legs this entire time, kudos to you. For those of you not on the ground, we're gonna focus on that lower abdomen hip activation and just go for that alternating knee circle for 2, 1, done. Next up, we have got your dumbbell rear delt fly with that hinge. So grab the light dumbbells that we had before. Hinge at the waist, drive the elbows up, stand tall. Shoulders back, slight bend in the elbow, and then come on up. Now, if that bend is not for you, you can keep it standing with just a lateral raise. Forget the bend coming down. Otherwise, keep it right here, 14 seconds. Chest up, hips back, elbows high. 10 more seconds. And then we're gonna go ahead, we're doing another one with just those shoulders. We're gonna burn them out in 3, 2, 1. We've got your single leg ITY. So with your single leg ITY, you're gonna go ahead, drive the heel back, ITY. Come on up, stabilize on that single leg the entire time. Keep it right here. This right here is gonna work on that shoulder stability. So if you find that the single leg balance isn't for you, put that toe down, go for that staggered stance. Hinge, ITY. This allows you also to sit back further on that hamstring. You'll see right here, I'm able to really just go ahead, sit my hips back, get that stretch in there, really get that glute activation. Keep it going for 3, 2, 1, done. All right, kettlebell clean with that side lunge. As I said before, if bringing it up to the chest is not for you, you can go ahead, step into your side lunge, come on over, step into your side lunge, come on over. Once back in the middle, I would recommend a squat if you're not digging the clean. Remember the clean, you go from overhand to neutral. In my case, I flip the kettlebell up and to the chest, take it to the side, bring it on in, take it to the side, bring it on in, and repeat from there. Bring it on up, right here, boom, up, pow, up, for 3, 2, 1. Lateral high knees coming at you once again. Drive those knees up, march it out, pump the arms, move those feet, not digging that, march it out, keep it going right here. Once your knees are as high as that hip, you can go ahead and put that back down. You do not need to go much higher than that. Play with that range of motion as you do this, okay? Because as the range of motion goes up, so does your strength. As your strength goes up, we can then focus on that agility. And the whole point of this is controlled, agile motions. You're going to the side and back again. In 3, 2, 1, done. Next up, supine figure eight. Remember, if you're not on the ground, draw those knee circles right here. Bring it up, bring it around, bring it up, bring it around. While this isn't hitting your rectus abdominis directly, those are the abs that everybody talks about and wants, you will be hitting your lower hips and abdomen, which will in turn give you the stability for this. Drawing that figure eight with those heels. Keep the feet flexed, heels away, toes to nose, keeping it going. Now you can go ahead, get your heels under those hips, keeping it going just like so. Bring it around town for 3, 2, 1. Now, if any of you guys are skipping that one, just know you can do the very same thing from an elevated surface. Go ahead, grab yourself those light dumbbells, one in each hand, chest nice and tall, hinge, rear delt fly, stand tall. Now your rear delts, those are the muscles on the backs of your shoulders. A lot of lateral movements will hit that, sometimes your medial delts, depending upon the grip of that dumbbell. So if you go palms facing the ground, you'll feel that more in not only the rear delts, but the classical medial. But if you want to go ahead, keep it standing, same deal. Leading with the elbows, you'll feel the same thing, whether you get those palms down or out to the sides. Keep it going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Setting those shoulders on fire one more time. Single leg ITY, hit the other leg this time. Kick that heel back, eyes forward, ITY. Now, very similar to our single leg skater that we were doing at one point. I'm pretty sure I was on this side. No, I was on that. I had the sides right. Now, depending upon your balance on this, you can drive that heel up. You can go ahead, let that toe rest for that B stance. No, dang it, I was on that side. Persist. Keep it going for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See, I know because I showed you guys how to do the B stance on this side so you can see my booty. Either way, we're up. Next up, we're back at the top. That kettlebell clean to that side lunge. Getting actually kind of sweaty here, guys. Okay, so grab your dumbbell, your kettlebell, whatever it is you're using, right up to the chest. Side lunge, bring it down. Don't forget, not digging the clean. Let your kettlebell hang low. Can you tie it in up and step on out and bring it in and step on out and bring it in. Keeping it going. Don't forget that squat in the middle. Keep that kettlebell in hand. 8 more seconds. Whether you're keeping it low or bringing it up for the final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Kettlebell out the way. Next up, we've got your lateral high knees, chest nice and tall. Pump those arms. Get those knees up. Now, something else to keep in mind. When doing your high knees, whether you're running, moving side to side, whatever the case may be, remember to keep your chest tall. You don't want to lean back into it, but you also don't want to crunch into it either. Keep that sternum nice and even. Shoulders right over those hips. Pump, pump, pump. Going from there. Getting that sweet pump, yeah. Keeping it here for 8 more seconds. Then we got your supine figure 8 in 2, 1. Now, as I said before, if you're not on the ground, go for that knee circle, knee circle, knee circle. For those of you that are not on the floor, but don't want to do it standing, take a seat, right? Keep it right here and draw that single leg circle, bring it right back as you draw it up. For those of you on the ground, classic moves right here. Draw that figure 8 with those heels, heels away, toes to nose, eyes to thighs, hands right under those hips. 13 seconds. Keep it going for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Grab those dumbbells for that for that rear delt fly. 1 dumbbell in each hand. Hinging at the waist. Now the only difference between this and your next move is the fact that this only hits the backs of the shoulders, whereas the other move is gonna hit all 3 heads. And also this adds a bend into it, which forces you to load up your hamstrings and glutes in that hinge, which is also beneficial. So we're gonna keep this going for 10 more seconds, then we're gonna get those dumbbells out the way. If you really wanna feel that burn, don't let the dumbbells touch even at the bottom. Boom, boom, up for 2, 1, done. Dumbbells out the way. Single leg ITY, we're gonna hit one side for the first 15 seconds, hit the other side for the next. Drive that heel back. ITY, keeping it here. You got 7 more seconds here, and then we're switching sides, so get ready. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel free to reset, hit that other leg. Drive that heel back, get that activation in that glute. Sit that heel back, let your chest flow forward to get that counterbalance. ITY, you're thinking to yourself, I am amazing. This is totally working my shoulders. And why is the timer not going off? Oh, there it is. All right, go ahead, get yourself a drink of water and jump right in to your fun-filled finisher. That's right, we got one more thing coming. All right, so for your fun-filled finisher, we have got 20 seconds on the clock, 5 seconds off, and we've got 3 moves. Move number 1 is your in-out squats, right? You're gonna go ahead, drop those hips down into that squat, hop the feet in, hop the feet out. Nothing fancy on this one. This is a very quad, IT band, and abductor and adductor focused movement, as you will stay in that squat, bringing the legs together, kicking them back out. This will actually set those thighs on fire. Now, right after you finish those 20 seconds, take it down to the ground for your flutter kicks, okay? With your flutter kicks, you can keep it right here. Heels out, toes away, short and choppy movements. You don't want big cuts here. You can go for those, but we are looking for that short, choppy action going on for exercise number 2. Exercise number 3, we're just rolling it over. We've got your low to high planks. Now, this can be done from the toes. Drop it down, drive it up. This is a great way to practice your push-up. More often than not, it's not that you can't do a push-up, it's that your shoulder mobility isn't there to support that chest. This is a great way to stabilize those shoulders for that perfect push-up. Now, that last move can be done from the ground or an elevated surface. I'm gonna show you from the arm of my couch about halfway through this workout when we get there. Same thing with the flutter kicks. I got something else for you to stand or take it to an elevated surface, as I've done with the other lie-down ab exercise that we've done as well. So, with that said, folks, go ahead, find your favorite piece of floor space, Get ready to get in that in-out squat. We're jumping right into it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Sit those hips down, in, out, in, out. You can bounce into it. There's no shame in that game. If you've got the ability to stay low the whole time, going with short, choppy kicks, that's cool. If you're not digging the hop, step, tap the knee, step, tap the knee. You don't need to get low in that squat. You can keep it right here for 3, 2, 1. The goal is eventually to get low in it, but we'll see how you do. Real quick, here we go, right to those flutter kicks, keeping it right here. Short and choppy, get your toe right below that heel of the other leg, boom, boom, boom. Now, if you're not on the ground, you can go ahead, keep it right here with a quick tap out front. I like to call this the Ali shuffle. Keep it going for 4, 3, 2, 1. Next up, low to high plank. Now with your low to high plank, hips in, eyes forward, drop down, rise up. You can do this from the toes or the knees. Just make sure your hips are drawn in. These are low to high planks. These are prayer practices. So make sure you keep your hips in. Keep it going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're back up with that in and out squat. Hips in, eyes forward, chest high. Boom. Kick it out, bring it in, 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 bring it in, kick it out. Ooh, ooh, oh, oh, oh. Not taking the hop, don't forget, you can stop. Keep it going, 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, remember with the flutter kicks, you can tap, but if you're not on the ground, take it to the elevated surface. You can do the very same thing, short and choppy from an elevated surface. Lean into it. Scoot your hips closer to the edge of that couch. Lean back, hold yourself up. Otherwise, take it to the ground for the final 10 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rolling on over for that low to high plank. Now, if you're not on the ground, ooh, almost ate it on the couch. If you're not on the ground, same thing can be done from an elevated surface. Up, up, down, down, up, down, down. May I suggest you alternate which arm you come up with first. That way you don't end up just burning out the shoulder and chest to the one side. But make sure that belly button's drawn into that spine for 2, 1. Next up, we're back at the top. Last one, best one. Here we go. Drop those hips low. Kick it out, bring it in. Keep it right here, 15 seconds. And then we've got your flutter kicks coming at you in 10. And then we've got your low to high planks. One more time. Don't forget, you can step into this as well for the final 3, 2, 1. Taking it down to the ground for those flutter kicks. Remember, you can do this from an elevated surface. You can do this while standing. Just keep it moving. Get those heels up, toes to nose, eyes to thighs. If you need to, get your hands under that booty. This right here is going to give you the leverage you need so that low back rests in the ground. Keep it here for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're up. Actually, no, we're over. Low to high plank. Feet nice and wide. Bring it on up. Right down. Down. Right up. Not digging that from the toes. Take it down to the knees. Keeping it going. Do it from an elevated surface if you got it. For 3, 2, 1. Done. That is all she wrote, ladies and gents. Go ahead, get that drink of water. We're gonna jump right in to your sweet, sweet cool down. All right, guys, here we are with your cool down. So what you're gonna do here, let's go ahead and take a deep breath in, reach for the ceiling, come on up. Exhale, hinging at the waist, coming on down. Inhale, coming on up. Exhale, hinging at the waist, coming on down. Now on this next one, as you inhale, coming on up, inhale, coming on up. Exhale, on your way down, we're gonna walk out into that pike position, all the way out. We're gonna inchworm into our cobra. So you're gonna drop the hips down, tops of the feet pointed towards the ground, and I want you to push through the tops of your feet so your thighs try to leave the floor. You're gonna feel this stretch at the tops of those feet, fronts of those ankles. Keep that chest tall, eyes up. Keep it for 3, 2, 1. We're gonna sit back into that child's pose. Try to drop your chest as close to the ground or towards those thighs as you can. For 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna hit those lats. Reach those arms under. One arm under. Drop that shoulder down. Trying to get that arm as far away from the body as possible. Feel that stretch in the top of your lats. For 3, 2, 1. We're gonna bring it back. Hit the other side here. Reach that arm on through. Keep it for 3, 2, 1. We're gonna bring it back center. Now, we've done a lot of agility work, so we're gonna hit our calves real quick. You're gonna pike those hips up, right? And try to get your heel to touch the ground as you walk it out. This right here is gonna stretch out that calf on both sides. You can walk both sides here. We're gonna keep it here for about 5 more seconds. Then we're gonna drive one heel up and try to tuck it in towards that chest. In 3, 2, 1. Drive the heel up. Bring the knee in, into that pigeon pose. Feel that stretch in the side of the thigh of that knee that you brought up. Now, the thing is, you may notice that you're actually kind of here, and that's fine. As your quad gets that stretch, eventually it'll feed into the side of that thigh. So just keep it right here. Feel free to bounce into it a little bit. Get that stretch for 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna go back into that pike. Try to get that heel to touch the ground. 3, 2, 1. Drive the heel up. Tuck that knee in towards that hip. Sit back into it. Get that bounce if you got it. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna go ahead. Walk those feet on up and those hands as well. Rise up. We're gonna shake out those arms. Give me 3 more deep breaths in. Reach this heel, coming on up. Exhale, Hinge, get the weights coming on down. Inhale, coming on up. Exhale, Hinge, get the weights coming on down. Inhale, coming on up. And this time as you exhale, push your palms up towards the sky, getting a little bit tall with every exhale for 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands down to a lovely round of applause, ladies and gents. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for this weekly workout. You guys did awesome. If you guys have any weird equipment or any sort of movements you would like to see in future workouts, feel free to go ahead, drop a comment down below. Or if you want to make sure you catch all of my doings, check me out on Patreon. I'm there on TikTok, Instagram, all those spots. So you'll be able to go ahead and follow me through all of that. With that said, ladies, just have a great rest of your day. Hope to see you soon for your next one. In case I don't, have a great rest of your week.